Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss about hematological disease. So first we will understand about hematological disease. So let's begin. Hematological disease is basically the disorders of blood and blood forming organs. Means the disease that is related to blood and blood forming organs like bone marrow, etc. It also includes some genetic disorders, some anemias, HIV, sickle cell anemia, etc. So, we will discuss it one by one. First, we will understand about anemia. What is anemia? Anemia is basically a medical condition in which the number of RBC as well as hemoglobin content present in the RBC is decreased. It is less than the normal range, as well as the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood is also decreased. Next, what does RBC do? RBC carry hemoglobin, that is an iron rich protein that attach oxygen and carries it to the tissues throughout the body. Next, anemia can be temporary or long term and it can range from mild to severe. Means anemia can be temporary, means it can be for a short duration, it takes less time for treatment, and it can also be for a long term and it takes sufficient time or it takes much time for treatment of anemia, and it can vary from mild to severe, means it may be superficial, not so much dangerous, or it may be so much dangerous that it can also occurs death. Next, there are various types of anemia. First is iron deficiency anemia, sickle cell anemia, megaloblastic anemia, thalassemia, hemolytic anemia, pernicious anemia. These are various types of anemia, and this anemia we will discuss one by one in our next video. Here we will discuss only about our general anemia, about basic intro about anemia. Now our next is cause. So what are the causes of anemia? What are the factors responsible for causing anemia? Are first is loss of blood. Why blood is lost? Loss of blood can be due to the shortage of RBC. If there is shortage of RBC, then there will obviously the shortage of blood. Now we will understand why there is a shortage of RBC. So first reason is, if our body is unable to make enough RBC, means our body cells is unable to make RBC. First reason is this. Second is, if there is a abnormal bleeding. Bleeding may occur due to many reasons like ruptured blood vessels. So if there is a bleeding, abnormal bleeding in your body, then it can also cause RBC to destroy more quickly. Next, it can be due to the inherited blood disorder, the disorder that is passed from generation to generation. If the patient is having, if our person is having an inherited blood disorder, then it can also result in destruction of RBC and there will be shortage of blood. Now we will discuss about symptoms of anemia, that are fatigue. Fatigue means tiredness, headache, weakness, pale skin, means the color of the skin is dull yellowish type, that is known as pale skin. Irregular heartbeat. Irregular heartbeat means the heartbeat may be high or may be low. It may be below the normal range or below the upper range. Chest pain can also occur. Dizziness means faint. Next, complications. If the anemia is not treated or the treatment of anemia is not occurred in proper time, then it can cause heart problem and it can also cause death. Next, how we can diagnose anemia? So first test is complete blood count, as well as we can also say CBC test. What is CBC test? What we do in this test, how we diagnose anemia with this test. So we will discuss. A CBC is used to count the number of blood vessels in the sample of blood. The test checks your hemoglobin and hematocrit level. Means in this test we will measure the abnormal range of blood cells in the sample of blood. We will take a sample of blood from the patient and we will check that whether the number of RBC cells present in our blood is normal or it is high or low. In this we will also check WBC, platelets, all the cells present in the blood we will check. So in this also test we will also check hemoglobin. What is hemoglobin? I have told you in earlier section. Hemoglobin, as you know, hemoglobin is present in the RBC. If there is a destruction of RBC cells, if there is a deficiency of RBC, so there will obviously be the shortage of hemoglobin. So we will here analyze the hemoglobin content is present in proper amount or not, and as well as we will also check hematocrit level. What is hematocrit level? In this level we will check or measure the ratio of RBC. We will check the ratio of RBCs in proper amount or not in our blood. RBC carry oxygen throughout our body. If there is a shortage or major amount of RBC, then we can detect or we can guess that there is a disease. We can certain, we can confirm that there is a disease. And this hematocrit test is also known as packed cell volume test. Next test is a test that is used to measure the size and shape of RBC. In this also we will take the sample of patient. In this we will take the sample of patient. In after that we will evaluate the unusual or abnormal size and shape of the RBC or blood cells, and we will also measure the color of the RBC. As you know, the color of the blood is red. If there is some change in the color, then we can detect that there is some disease. For example, in iron deficiency anemia, RBC size is smaller and the color of the RBC is also pale, yellowish, dull. Next test is our additional diagnostic test. What we do in this test? In this test we will confirm about anemia. As you know, we have understood about CBC test and the test which is used to determine the size and shape of the RBC. If in this test we are unable to identify that which type of anemia we have and whether we have anemia or not, if we are unable to confirm in this two tests, then we will do additional diagnostic test, and in this we will study about the sample of bone marrow. As I have told you, bone marrow is basically a blood forming organ. Then we will take the sample of bone marrow and we will diagnose it, and from this test we will confirm the disease. Next, what are their treatment and drugs? If we have diagnosed that we have anemia, then how we can treat it and which drugs are provide to treat this anemia. So if we have iron deficiency anemia, in detail we will study in earlier in next video. So here we will discuss only superficial. So what is iron deficiency anemia? So in this, if there is a iron deficiency anemia, then we will here provide which type of treatment. Here we will provide, if we will change in the diet, if person is having the poor diet or the person is having the diet which is the person is having the diet in which the iron content is low, then we will change that diet and we will add some iron supplements also. Next is, if we are having vitamin deficiency anemia, then we will provide folic acid and vitamin C or some dietary supplements to treat this anemia. Next is aplastic anemia. Aplastic anemia means what we do in this treatment. If we are having aplastic anemia, we will include some blood transfusions. Means if you are having plastic anemia, there will obviously the shortage of RBCs, or there will be the shortage of blood cells. Then we will provide some blood transfusion. Blood transfusion means we will provide or we will receive blood from artificial, or we will receive blood from another healthy person and increase the level of RBC in our body. It also need a bone marrow transplant. If there is a in major amount the shortage of RBC, then we can also need bone marrow transplant. Next is our ferrous sulfate therapy. What does we do in this test? In this therapy, there is an oral administration of ferrous sulfate until the anemia is corrected and for several months afterward to ensure that body stores are replaced with iron. Means if we are having deficiency of iron or RBC content in the blood is low, then we will provide some tablets or ferrous sulfate solutions or means syrups to treat anemia. Next is thalassemia. If we have thalassemia type of anemia, in this we will also provide blood transfusion, some folic acids, some supplements also, and we will also perform some surgery like remove splenectomy. Splenectomy means removal of the spleen. We will remove the spleen and bone marrow transplant also if it is necessary. Now some prevention like vitamin rich diet. Vitamin rich diet means many types of anemia cannot be prevented. However, iron deficiency anemia and vitamin deficiency anemia can be avoided by choosing a diet that includes variety of vitamins and nutrients. Means various types of anemia cannot be prevented, but some anemias are that can be prevented, like iron deficiency anemia and vitamin deficiency anemia. These can be prevented. If it can be prevented by iron, like iron rich foods include beef and other meats, beans, lentils, dark green leafy vegetables and dried fruits, etc. We will provide iron rich supplements like beef and other meats that is used to treat this type of anemia. Next, we can also prevent it by providing folate. This is basically a nutrient and it is a synthetic, its synthetic form is folic acid that can be found in citrus fruit and juices, banana, dark green leafy vegetables, cereals, and we can prevent these types of anemia. Next is vitamin B12. This vitamin is basically found in meat and dairy products, so we can provide this type of vitamins also. Next is vitamin C. Food containing like vitamin C such as citrus fruit, melons and berries. If there is a shortage of RBC or iron content in iron deficiency anemia, if there is a deficiency of iron, then we can provide this citrus fruits like melons, etc. to increase iron content in our blood. Thank you.